So I'm another kind of 120, 150 hours into using Unity. Um, I've kind of got a little bit more used to things. So if we look at the code here, I'm still doing everything in code. Um, Anything that needs a mono behavior, like when I destroy an object, I basically stick it in this mono behaviors folder because I don't really want like mono behaviors in all my classes because it just makes it really annoying. So I have very few of those. As you can see, two, amazing, right? And I don't even use this one anymore. If I attach a script to something, I stick it in this attach scripts thing. And actually, I didn't use these. These were things I was testing out. This is the only one that I used. As you can see, it doesn't really do very much. Um, but what I needed to do is when a bullet hits a character, obviously that's all handled by Unity, the collision. So how do I know what I shot? Because I've just got some random game object I spawned. So every time I spawn an enemy, I spawn this script onto them, and I give them a UID and this little list of impact locations. So once I shoot somebody, I can then just find the actual code version of that character using the UID. I don't really want to have a bunch of code files like attached to the characters. I'd much rather have everything managed in a central place. And that way it's like I feel like chaos will not ensue. I've always got a way of understanding everything that's happening in my scene because I just have a list of everything and it all cascades downwards. So yeah, that works for me. Um, it's sort of like events-driven systems and stuff. I think they can just get really, really messy and really confusing. Um, so yeah, that's why I do it like this. I started using the pathfinding in Unity. I have a empty sphere object that's pathfinding with no collision on it, and then I take my character every frame and I move them to where the sphere is. That way, I can like keep control of the way the character moves because I'm using momentum to make them go up and down and stuff. Um, I'm thinking I'm going to try and do a fully code-driven animation system for the characters. Uh, so yeah, I did buy a bunch of stuff off the asset store, and so if I buy something for like 20 bucks and it works, and that's great. I mean, I've only used, what have I used so far? Barely anything really. Um, there's nothing in this scene. Oh no, there's one thing in this scene. But it's more like visual assets, right? But the idea is, even though I think only like 5% of the things I bought are useful, um, even though I gotta like factor in the cost of all the other items that I don't use, I think it's just you accept that it's still cheaper than you doing it yourself, even if you're spending money on things you're never going to use. You know? So anyway, yeah. So we've got a game, kind of. So this guy, when he jumps and lands, he hurts me. I can dash now, which I just put in. I can shoot him. So you see this effect, for example, the blood effect came from the asset store. Um, so those projectiles, I attach those those round circles on his face. The idea is I'll do something with those later. Um, I'm reloading. Let's shoot these dudes. Let's change gun. So I guess I've got a lot to learn with UI next because clearly I can't leave the game looking like this. Um, yeah, these rocks, I got someone to model them for me. I think they look pretty cool. The guy's done a really good job. And yeah, obviously the monsters, I don't know what's going to happen with them as far as animation goes. I did put like a soft body thing on them and it looked really cool, but the frame rate dropped to 10 frames a second, and that's on a GeForce 3080. They call it GeForce RTX, not GeForce, is it? I'm so into my graphics cards. I know so much about it. Um, yeah, I mean that's it really. I mean you'll see in Pathfinder around. Come on. Oh. But like with the pathfinding, it just like doesn't look the way I'd want it to look. The way they move is not how I would do it. So I might end up scrapping it all and doing my own A star. But then the problem is that it's so much work, you know. But you see how it like snaps around there when he lands? Like, it looks shit. Um, so yeah, I get why Unity games sometimes look a certain way or behave a certain way because you know, you can easily make this without having to ever know anything about A-Star or anything. And then you just can't really ever get it perfect because you didn't write it all yourself. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll get used to this. It is really powerful, obviously, but it all feels a bit haphazard. Anyway, yeah, there you go.